Hi, my name is Joel Kaufman. I'm a Salesforce architect at Firstly. Today, I would like to show you how to set up an API integration with Salesforce without the need of any code. Everything will be done through Salesforce standard configuration. Let's get started. What we want to do is the following. We want to have a button over here that will ask the user for a zip code. Then it will get weather information through an API, external API, not directly from Salesforce. We'll use something else. And we'll show how the external API will get results back into Salesforce and then take the results and post it here in the chatter feed related to the record page. In order to do that, we need the following. We need to find a good API to get weather information, create the openapi schema. We'll show you how to do that very easily without any tools to download. Everything will be done through online. Add the name credential in Salesforce, set up external service, create a screen flow, create an action button, and then modify the record page to show that action button. Let's get started. Let's first start with the API. So I found some useful API here. It's free for a few thousand requests. I have an API key already set up, and we'll show you how it looks. So they have some kind of samples here. We'll try London. We'll see the response. So we got some useful information here. We have current information, the temperature and Fahrenheit and the Celsius. And also we have the current condition, which is clear. Okay, now what we need to do is convert this API into an open API schema. Let me show you how this is done. First, let's take and copy this response over here. And we'll go to this website over here. We'll post everything in the video description. And we'll just paste it in over here. And then click send. We'll have everything as before. The next thing that we need to do is we need to convert this response into an open API schema. This will help understand Salesforce. The response and Salesforce will set up some kind of dynamic stuff so we can use it in the flow and use the results as it's a built-in thing in Salesforce. We'll show you. So we'll click on this one over here. Click create API definition. Let's go over here. Actually, what we need to do is first we need to create a collection. Call it Salesforce demo. Well, okay, it seems like it was added. Then create the API definition. Okay. Okay, so it's loaded up. Next thing is we need to modify some basic information. Now they set a lot of defaults, and usually in a normal circumstance, you will probably want to update some of the information. For example, the title over here to have more descriptive name, and also the name of the service that we're going to use. We'll leave it over here as it is because it's just for demo purposes. The next thing what we need to do is export, and we go to download API, JSON resolved. Now we have a file that was downloaded. Let's open that. Okay. Let's first copy the URL because we need to do first is create a named credential in Salesforce. Go to setup. Type in named credentials. Here it is. Create a new one. Give it a useful name. We'll call it weather API URL, and just the defaults is fine. Next thing is go to external services, new external service from API specification, give it a name, weather API for the name credentials that we just did. And then we'll paste in everything in that file. So here it is. We'll copy it, just paste it in, save and next. We'll check this one over here. This is the one that is going to get the weather. And you can see is that it has some information here. I'm not sure how this got in. There is key and queue. Got that in a minute. Now, what we need to do is create the flow. Flows, screen flow, screen. What we need to do first is set up a record ID variable, record, and then capital I, and then small d. Use text and make sure it's available for input. This will automatically be passed in when we call that button from the record page. So we get access to the record ID. Next thing is a screen. And we want to get the zip code to search for the weather. You can modify it to get information out of the record itself if you want to. For now, we'll just display a text field. We'll name it zip code. Required it. Just name it screen. Next thing is making the API call. So here's the interesting point. Under actions, under type, there is external services, and you will find a new external service, which is the external service that we added. Give it a name, API. And you can see is that it automatically understands the parameters that could be passed into the API. We'll do the key. I already have a key, which is the key, the API key. We'll copy it from over here. Paste it in here. And then for the queue, we'll have the zip code from the flow, from the screen flow. Next, what we want to do is post it to chatter, the results. So under the action, there is one called post to chatter. And we want to have a dynamic message. We'll just name that post to chatter. And then for the message, you want to have something like the weather for, and then we have to put in some dynamic stuff here. Let me show you how it's done. And an easy way of doing that is of showing first a demo, how it's posted to the screen, and then we'll do it to chatter. So we'll do it in 2 steps. So let's first show how it works. Do another screen here, and then we'll do just display text to see our results. Let's do sample, and then second screen. We'll remove it after we validate that the API works. Okay, for some reason, a second screen. Okay. Now in the second screen, we want to display results of the API call. So what we do is we can put in some words with merge fields. So do the following: the weather for, and then outputs from API. And this is the beautiful thing about Salesforce, that they already figured out how the schema is going to look based on our schema that we uploaded. And we have all the fields from the API, and we can use it in merge fields. So we can have here location. And then we have, for example, country, latitude, longitude, look time, name. So we'll have the weather for location name is, and then we'll get a new merge field, and then current. We'll get the temperature. So we can get the temperature in Fahrenheit. And we can even do a little symbol here. Maybe just an F. Let's even make it a little bit more beautiful. So we'll search for it. So here we have the Fahrenheit symbol. Let me find it. Oh, yep, here it is. Just copy this one and paste it in. Okay. And then, and the condition. So we'll do another merge and we'll get the current. And let's see where we get the condition. Oh, here it is. Condition text. Okay, now let's see if it works. We'll save it, call it get weather. Let's debug it. Now we don't need a record ID yet. We'll just do some testings on some zip codes and let's see how it works. So the weather for Brooklyn is 52 and partly cloudy. It works, beautiful. Now let's modify this. And what we will do is just copy everything we put here. We can delete the second screen because we don't need it. And we'll post it to Chatter. So we'll do action, post to Chatter. The message will just paste in everything. From there, the target will be the record ID, which is the record page. And then we'll just name it the same name, post to Chatter, and done. Activate it. Now we need to create a button to display over here. So what we do is edit the object, buttons and links and actions, new action, flow, get weather, get, let's say post weather. Now we need to modify the page to show it. Edit the page. And we can use the layouts, or this is a new thing in Salesforce that we can do dynamic buttons. I will just do upgrade and start from scratch just for our purpose. Make it easier, and we'll add an action. We'll just search for post weather, done, and save it. Activate it. Sign as org, why not? Save, and then done. Let's see how it works. So we'll do post weather, put in a zip code. Let's do the zip code over here. Okay, let's see if it chat works. The weather in Brooklyn and partly cloudy. Let's do another one. Post the weather. Let's do another zip code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next. And here it is. 64. Pretty nice. Partly cloudy. So it works. We did everything in just the setup in Salesforce. There is no need for any code. And it works pretty much with every API. Everything we used will be posted in the video description. If you like the video, please subscribe and like the video so we can get you up with some new information. Thank you and have a wonderful day.